Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go. Let's start this
show. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman
News. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go. Let's start this show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is October 17th. This is our second to Monday at the end of the week, my mother called me. As soon as I got on live and I said, Mom, let me call you back. And then she tells me, hold on. So, mom, hello. So whenever she comes back, she'll come back. Good morning, y'all. What up? What up? What up? I hope everybody had a bomb weekend. I had an amazing weekend. It was great as hell. Those haunted houses I told y'all I went to, it was fun as hell, dope as hell. I'm in the car talking about, first of all, I wore my vest. So I have like a bulletproof vest that, not a real one, but you know, the fashionable ones. So I put that on. They're like, what you coming militant for? I said, if a bitch hit me, I need to be able to just go berserk. Because I'm not really big on being touched. Hey, Ma. I went to a Catholic school. So I'm on live right now. So can I call you right back? All right. I think she be forgetting. I think at least maybe she forgot. Yeah. So we riding there, right? We in the car. It's like 4 of us. It's 5 of us. Me plus 4 other people. We in the car. Everybody, you know, I'm already telling everybody like, listen, I don't do haunted houses, none of that shit. But I like I don't know, I like the excitement of it. So we out there, we go out there, we wait in the line. And as they're in the line, they got these drapes next to us. So you're in the line. Well, as you're in there, they're grabbing your ankles, touching your ankles and shit. And so I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? But it was fun. It was fun. Baby, one of my friends was screaming the whole way through. I thought they was gonna be worried about me. This nigga, he was in there. I can't do this shit. We got to go back. Now, they had a little scary word that you could say. I think the word was like scream or haunted or something. If you say scream, one of the guys will come and get you out of the maze and pull you to the back or pull you out. We made it all the way through all 4, and then we went to the corn maze in the back. By the time we got to the corn maze, mind you, we didn't drink alcohol at all. Nobody got drunk. I was, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't drunk, but y'all know where I was. And so because one of my friends, he's a teacher, and he's like, nah, I don't want to be drinking around kids. I don't want to be stumbling. So we wasn't drunk. So by the time we got to the corn maze, we all were like, bitch, I need a drink. I need to be fucked up. I don't know if we can do this no more. So we get to the corn maze, and I don't know if we should have been drunk to enjoy it, but we got through that bitch like that. We looking at everybody else like, how was it taking y'all this long? I don't know if we was just, our mind was on, go get fucked up. It's time to go get fucked up. Let's get through this. But we was in that bitch. Not over here. Don't come this way. This the wrong way. And I'm like, okay, not that way. We running the other way. So we got out. It was fun. It was really, really fun. But baby, when we got to that bar, we ran up a fucking tab. Friday night was so lit. I got so fucked up. It was so fun. I enjoyed myself. And then Saturday was another good day. I kicked it with one of my friends later in the evening. We went out. We had dinner, and we went out on the town in DC. My friend, he's not one of those guys who like to go to gay clubs and stuff like that. He's more of a, you know, go to a nice hookah spot, nice meal. So I had one of those Saturday nights, and it was chill. I wanted to get cute and go into town. And then Sunday I was dog sitter the whole day. And it was this marathon going on. It was like this breast cancer walk run. So I decided to take me and Penny and Limber with me. And if y'all saw my community wall, those are the 2 dogs that are my dog's friends. They're like, they're cool. But y'all know my dog got attacked by the pit bull. So I'm still suffering big dogs putting their big ass paws on my dog. So they just playing. They out there slapping Eli in the face with his big, both of them. I'm looking at you all right? Nigga, I'm right here. Just let me know. You good? And he just fun. He just having fun. So I said, let me get out of that. Let me let dogs be dogs. And so they play all day, played me out. We did the little run thing. It's definitely hard having 3 leashes because they start fucking with each other on a leash, and you like, cut it out, get this stop. So I had one time it was just Penny and Eli on one side, and Limber. I had to separate Limber, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, y'all better cool it out. So I had an interesting weekend. And then last night we all chilled, and you know, at my friend's house, it was a session, cards, and I was trying to get them to watch the Yay Drinks interview, but they're not into that kind of stuff like me. I mean, it's just a good talk and move on, but to sit there and watch the whole 3 hours of part 3, they weren't interested in that. So I brought my ass home after that. Then I watched the interview, and then I stumbled upon the drama. Armon Wiggins and Jason Lee, they done got into it. And it's so interesting how just last week, Friday, we were talking about Lotto and Nikki and their type of beef. You think this is any different than that? Oh no, it's not. And I got all the receipts, I got all the videos, I got all everything to prove to you like what's going on. And then I even got, Twitter sounded off. Armon was tweeting last night, and Twitter was sounding off on his tweets. And so I pulled some tweets because a lot of them have some substance as to why these two are now beefing, Jason Lee and Armon Wiggins. But before we get into any of that, we're going to talk about Kanye West and that Drink Champs interview. Now, I watched it for you all. If you didn't watch the 3-hour part, I watched it for you all, and I collected about 11 pieces of information. And I was like, wow. So we're going to go through those 11 things, and we're going to get into Jason and Armon Wiggins, and then we're going to see like what's tea, because they both have not said anything yet, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm sort of like, this is going to be interesting. But let me shout out the chat. What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, boo. What up, Sticks girl? Good morning to you. What up, Naries? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I took Beyonce advice. Release the stress. Release the job. Okay, you better release that wiggle too. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's Monday. It is Monday. It feels like a Monday. I'm telling you. And let me tell you about Sunday. Sunday, I woke up at like around 9 a.m. thinking it was 9 p.m. And so I'm like, damn, it's bright as fuck. I literally did this for about 2 hours. I typed into Google, what time is it? Because I thought it was fucking around with me. I had to ask Google, did time go back? Because I was so fucked up from the night before. I woke up like, oh, shit. Good morning, Kurt Vixen. Good morning. Shout out to you. Hi, mama. You here on the line? Calling me this morning on the line. She talking about some happy birthday. I'm like, Ma, what we doing? Because if I don't talk to you by Wednesday or your birthday, let me just go ahead and say it now. I'm like, it's not like that. I'm not even like that anymore. Last year I was hurt. Y'all remember that? My mom, my brothers, none of them hit me up for my birthday, all forgot or whatever. And I was really in my feelings last year. And so this year I said to you all from last year, I'm not going to be in that. I'm not going to be in that space, even if it's that type of situation. And it's gearing up not to be that kind of situation. So I'm grateful for that. Yes. And please make sure you hit that like button, y'all. I'm not forgetting. And y'all have been holding me down with the likes. I thank y'all so much. I'm not even holding it against you. Hey, boo. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. Good morning. Great day to you. Brick girl. Good morning, boo. Good morning. Hey, Risa. Risa, good morning. It's good to see you. It's good to see you listening from the clouds as I get ready for work. I hope everyone is having a great morning. Yes. Thank you for watching the Kanye interview, because I cannot, baby. Kanye actually did the same fucking thing he did in that last interview, but he added like 8 answers to one question. I literally was like, okay, so they asked this question. He went 5, 7, 8 different stories, to the point Noriega kept saying, y'all, remember, I got to go back to that. Y'all, remember, Nori kept saying, I didn't know where you was going with this. I didn't know if you were, and I kept saying the same thing. I'm like, now what the fuck? It was some points where I sped up because it was like, okay, I can't do this kind. Yay. You can tell he has not had the opportunity to sit down and talk to anyone. And that sucks. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Fates. Good morning, boo. Good morning. Shout out to Fates. Yeah, in the building. Good morning. Hey, Jerde. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you all for being here. Fuck Kanye. Listen, by the time that interview was done, another little piece of information, which was going to be my first part, but I'm just going to say it here. He prefers to be called Ye, and he feels like it's so disrespectful if you call him Kanye West. He feels like it's an attack on him personally. So if you notice in the video, I tried to make sure it was Ye. And I said, fuck that. It's Kanye West. That's what you're known by. But he really is offended if you call him Ye. He's like the Kardashians, these bloggers. You see, they disrespect me every time they call my name. And I'm thinking, what? They calling you slut, hoe? It's Ye. I said, oh, we dealing with another nutcase. Okay. Whoa. So yeah, he went there in the interview. So we're gonna touch on it all. Before I begin, y'all know I gotta do it. So y'all know I gotta do it. I gotta show y'all some love. Of course, thank you all for being here. All 26 of you all at this point. Thank you so much for being here. Again, this today is just commentary on what I saw in the Kanye West video. I hope you engage. I hope you drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Unbiased commentary over here. No, I have not picked a side on nobody. No Jason, no Armon, no one. So if you have a side, you can drop down, certainly, because I don't have a side. Shout out to you, the crew, for being here. The crew family, I really appreciate it. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we here doing our thing, talking about any and everything. It doesn't even matter what the topic is. I appreciate you. And shout out to my members. Shout out to my moderators. Yo, it is a wonderful thing to have members, people who are on your side, engaging in the conversation. It's great to have moderators who just here just to support. It ain't like you gotta pay or nothing. They just here to support. Thank you. Shout out, and I always see you all. And shout out to the dopest subscribers. Like, you all are definitely making my channel exactly what I want it to be. I'm not competing with no one. I'm only competing with myself from my last show, and that takes you all. So don't forget to hit that like button. You can hit the like button right now, or you can wait till the end of the video. But all likes matter, even your like. Okay, you can like it now, and that by the end of the video you can take it away. But I really do hope you really like the content that I'm bringing forward today. And if you are not a subscriber, this is your first time, you found me through Twitter, you found me through the Google search, you found me through YouTube search, thank you for being here. And if you want to show some love to the channel, remember, everything goes back to the channel. Hit that Cash App, $ Roma L Jackson. You'll definitely get me a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, maybe some coffee. Definitely goes back into this channel. So I appreciate everything you do for me here. Now, without further ado, we're gonna get right into this show. Remember, feel free to drop down and let me know anything that you don't agree with or not agree with. Thank you so much. Now, before I begin, I definitely got to say this because I'm going to be playing clips and stuff, and I just want to make sure ain't nobody mad. Okay, so everything that I play is definitely protected under the copyright disclaimer section 107 of the Copyright Act 1906. This is for purposes of criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And so when I use the clips today, I'll definitely be splitting them up to give you some commentary so that we don't get flagged here, because we just want the facts. We want to know what's going on. And then also remember, everything I say here is allegedly. Any views, opinions, and facts discussed on this channel, and specifically this live, are for the purposes of commentary, critiquing, and analyzing current trendy topics and local news. All of my personal opinions are not to be considered a verified fact, and I strongly encourage you to conduct your own unbiased research. Now, all things from this point on are allegedly and should serve as the basis of our discussion. All right, let's get into it. Whoa. So Nori had tweeted yesterday, right? Well, he had tweeted Friday, I'm about to take the whole fucking weekend. And I'm like, okay, what Ye got up his sleeve? Because mind you, we had already just talked about a Ye interview. I'm like, what else is there to talk about? Like, you said everything. No, it's much more to talk about. So Ye had his interview with Drink Champs. Kanye West talked about everything from George Floyd theories, calling Drake the greatest rapper of live, Charlemagne the God, Minister Farrakhan. He talked about Diddy. He talked about John Legend. He talked about Jews, the bank, Meek Mill. He talked about every fucking thing. And I'm sitting here like, whoa, this man clearly has not found a way to just get it off his chest. So I'm just going to run down the list of some of the things he said. So I can only play one clip of his interview. So bear with me. And if you got questions, I'm going to hop in the chat. All right. So the first thing he said was he prefers to be called Ye. Like, he does not, he changed his name for a reason. If it was anybody else, you call him that. And he referenced this, I'm Ali, and not, he said some other name. He said, so call me by my name. When you call me Kanye, it's being disrespectful. And I said, wow, he really feels like he's closed one chapter of his life and he's entered this new phase. So that was the first sign of me, this interview. I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. So then he talks about Diddy. He talks about how Diddy is being used by the Jews to cause some division in the Black community, representing himself as a Black community. So far to the point that Minister Farrakhan has reached out to both him and Diddy behind the scenes for them to come together to squash it, sort of how Jay Prince did for Drake and Kanye West at that concert. And I said, oh, wow, okay, so it's reached the point of Minister Farrakhan between Diddy and Kanye West, like Ye. I don't think it's on that level. And I think it's interesting that Minister Farrakhan is inserting himself in this specific issue. I'm like, oh, okay, more is going to come from that, because I don't think it's going to slide you just saying Minister Farrakhan like that. There's going to be a lot of people who are like, what? Just like I was. So I'm watching this interview. It just went out yesterday. So I'm watching people give sort of their responses. He also said that, get this Drake story. So he goes on to say that, Drake is the best rapper of alive. He's the greatest rapper of all time. And he's saying this interview. Now, this story of Drake came at a point where he was asking him about China and Jews. And so he then dipped off into this story about Drake. Okay, this was like answer number 4 for this one question. So he goes to say that, yeah, me and Drake were working in the studio, working on something. And I was talking to him about how dope I think Future is. Future is number 1. How he's transcended the game. He made a point to say, I specifically was only talking about Future, nobody else but Future. And then he says, out of nowhere, Drake comes up and says, man, I want to tell you, nothing ever happened. And Kanye was like, huh? He was like, nothing ever happened. And he was referencing him and Kim Kardashian, that nothing ever happened. And so he then equated that experience to an experience he had with Jared Kushner when he was in the White House, and he walked up to Jared Kushner and shook Jared Kushner and said nothing ever happened, because there was some gossip mill about him and Jared Kushner's wife. And Jared Kushner goes and says, oh man, thank you, I really needed that. So when he was talking about the story with Drake, he said, when did I become Jared Kushner? And I said, oh my fucking God. So then he goes on to say that when him and Drake squashed the beef, he was on a plane with Jay Prince. And Jay Prince was like, y'all got to do this show. And then they wanted to go see Dave Chappelle. So he said he flew to Drake's house. And he was referencing the fact that no one knew where Drake's address was. And he kept saying, Google it. And then he started referencing the lyrics of his song when he was saying that your house looked different on Google Maps. And so now we started to understand some of the lyrics of his songs when he was talking about Drake. Like, oh, okay. And so he started referencing his lyrics. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, did they squash the beef? Are they cool now? Are they not cool? What's going on? Because it sounded like he still got a bone to pick with him. Like in the future, in another interview, we're going to hear him really talk about how he feels about Drake. Maybe part 2, maybe part 1. And he actually talked about, in one of his answers, how Drink Champs should release this conversation they're having. Maybe do the first part by not showing that I'm talking about people, just a little glimpse of it. I said, Drake, Kanye, you really are feeling yourself. He really is at a point in his life where he's like, no whole fucking bars. It's him against every fucking body. That's how he feels. And so he moved on to Charlemagne the God. Now, Charlemagne had recently had an interview with Ye, and he couldn't release it because, according to Ye, the Jews got to him. But Charlemagne the God went out to say that he said a lot of things that were anti-Semitic. He doubled down on a lot of comments, and it leads me to believe he may have made some of the same comments about George Floyd during that interview. And so he said that the biggest thing about Charlemagne that bothered him was that Charlemagne was on his Breakfast Club and did an interview with someone. And he said that the reason Kim chose Pete was because he got a bigger dick than Kanye. And Kanye was like, why would you be on radio talking about another man's dick if it's not even a part of your story or if it's not in a situation? And he was really hurt by that. And I said, oh, look at that shit. Look at that. It's the whole dick fight going on. I think it was a little bit partly because maybe it was resounding the truth for him. Nobody want to hear that. I mean, we all were saying it, she with him because he got a big piece, but don't nobody want to hear it from Charlemagne, the guy on the Breakfast Club. I'm sure he was pissed the fuck off about that. So he mentioned that. And he called Charlemagne like Uncle Tom. I think he said he was Django. He said he was Samuel L. Jackson in Django. And he likes Samuel L. Jackson, but just Django. Okay, because you ain't finna get me. I can see Jason Lee already. Good morning, Red Wings. Peace to you as well. Farrakhan ain't got time. That's what I said. Farrakhan, he got to check on bean pie sales. They down. Stop. It's not on the level of the Nation of Islam. I agree. That's what I said. Hey, Shantae. Good morning, boo. Good morning. Bean pie, my brother. Help my sales rate. Please, brother. Y'all got to stop. Kanye will spat with Drake in the future. If it's someone who's better than him, he has an issue with it. That's why I feel like it. Throughout this whole third part, he's really tiptoeing. I think they carefully edited the tiptoe around that. That might be the next big thing to exploit. Mark my words. I don't know. I'm just saying. But as I'm looking at this first interview and hearing some of the things he's talking about, he's definitely leaving it open for more Drake conversation. Now, granted, he did say in this, Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. I found that to be interesting because he hasn't been around long enough, as some other rappers. So to just say he's the greatest rapper of all time, and you got rappers who've been out here 30, 40 years, are you comparing him to their bodies of work in that time frame? I just don't think you can do that right now. And so he did it. I said, oh, maybe he's trying to take a jab at Jay-Z. Now, he did mention Jay-Z and Beyonce in this interview. He said that, in 2024, after the Jews have attacked him, allegedly, tore him down in the media over these next couple of years, once they need him back in 2024, when he runs for office, Jay-Z and Beyonce will then endorse him and have dinner with him, and then everybody will then want to support him. And I said, oh, look at you. I see what you're doing. You're baiting. And they're not going to respond to you as well. I don't think Jay-Z or Beyonce are fucking with him, to be honest with you, because that's risky behavior. But Kim says she wanted to sleep with Pete because he got a big dick. It was her own. I mean, we all pretty much kind of figured that hat was small dick energy. That 2024 hat. I went online to see, like, is he selling the hat? He's selling the hat, the 2024 and 2023 hats. Yes, and if y'all want to, please join the club, the crew club, please, to applause and thank you. No, you can't. In Kanye's mind, he can. What up, Joe? Good morning. What's up, King? Everyone, good morning. Runs for what office? President. He's running for 2024. That's allegedly. Allegedly. We also learned that he doesn't like John Legend or John Legend sweaters. So it's a wrap on their relationships. I'm sure John Legend is going to come out and say something, but this was all a part of him saying that the Jews are using black celebrities like John Legend, like Charlemagne the God, like Meek Mill. He even said Meek Mill. He was like, how's Meek Mill coming out here saying anything about me? And he's like, he's a prop. And he's like, if you want to come get me, if you really about that life, because he in his mind, Meek Mill's a fake rapper. He's like, do something. Come get me. I'm the richest man. I'm a billionaire. What you think you're gonna do to me? Come get me. And I said, wow, he is in his zen. He really took the mask off. He talked about the women that he be fucking around with. They finally asked, are you single, dude? What's going on? Because some pretty lady walked by, and you know what he said to her? He was like, Libra. Now, I don't know if it was her birthday, but I like the fact that he connected sexy energy to Libra. Okay, I like that. He was like, Libra. And so then they was like, are you single? And he was like, I mean, you know how I am, man. I'm all about, if I find somebody, I want to make her my muse. I said, this ain't no motherfucking museum. Your muse. Basically, he wants to adorn her, step her pussy up. Basically, get a girl, deck her, do her out, take her out of the country. He even said, get her a Birkin. Shit, I might even buy her a house. We can't keep them homeless. We gotta support the homeless. And he was like, I do ridiculously rich shit for his women. He talked about he wrote a song for Kylie Jenner's friend Stassi, and wanted her to come. And when she wouldn't come to the studio while he was writing the song, he switched her out for Chaney. So the song has a dual meaning. It's Chaney and Stassi at the same time. And I'm sitting here like, you bold as fuck. Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, all of this shit was going on. And he said he played that song for Travis, and Travis just chuckled at it. I said, this is fuckery all in this house. What? Did I hear this right? Kylie Jenner's friend, you did a song about her, how she twerks and shit. Your baby mom is Kim Kardashian. And like, what? And you're mad because of them playing a game with you? It seems like, what the fuck is going on here? I said, he's just ripping the mask off. So he talked about his women. So needless to say, in the future, you all, when we see him out with these various women, let's not take it that serious. Let's not, because every time he's out with a woman, it'd be like, here he go. They'd be like, Kanye and his new girlfriend. Well, now we know he goes from woman to woman, and they're okay with it because they know Kanye's gonna step the game up. That's pretty much what he said he's gonna do. He said, I do it. Ridiculously rich shit. And they all laughed about it. Another thing was, and this was what got me. I tweeted about it. I'm like, the whole JP Morgan Chase thing. See, I got that wrong because I was trying to follow what Candace Owens was saying, but her ass got it wrong. Candace, and this ain't no allegedly, you got it wrong. When Kanye had money in JP Morgan Chase accounts, when he felt like they weren't doing right by him, he told them he's removing his money from their accounts into Bank of America. He said that almost 3 weeks before Candace Owens brought her ass out here, back in September, on an interview with CNBC. And I retweeted all of that on my Twitter. So go to my King Roman News and you'll see all that information. So he said that I'm moving my money from there. I'm going to Bank of America. I don't like how they doing me. I'm the richest black man in America and they doing me like this. So it was already set in stone. Why I didn't go do my own research to find that shit out before I came and said it, I'm just like Candace Owens spilling tea. Well, the letter that Candace Owens showed us was them basically saying to him, sir, we're ready to close this up based on our conversations, and we'll move forward. You have until this date to get everything resolved out of your accounts. And that's what we saw. And it came off like they're kicking him out due to anti-Semitic remarks. And that wasn't the case at all. So when he was on Drink Champs talking about it, he made no reference to them kicking him out. He only talked about how, yeah, they was fucking me over, doing me wrong, even how they doing me wrong, and connecting them to the Jews. And that's what he was saying. He was like, even them as the bank, I had to move my money out of there. And so I had to take that back. It was nothing to do with them, because I kept thinking, like, that was the first thing I said. Now, despite, he said some crazy things, but business is business. How you going to remove a man's money for their opinion? Because there's so many other people on the other side of the fence, police officers who say racist comments. Are we moving their money? Police officers who inflict brutality, are we moving their money? We got whole cities fucking up the water systems. Are we moving their money? But you moving his money? I thought that was a whole fucking case in itself. Like, yay, you really gonna let them do that shit? So it was really nothing there. Like, here we go with the lies again, the motherfucking lies. What? No, you can't. In Kanye's mind, run Kanye luncheon. A Kanye luncheon. I think the argument could be had that Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. He's had one of the greatest runs in all of music since he stepped out on the scene. I just think that is bold. Like, damn, you just put him over everybody who paved the fucking way. Maybe he's iconic. Maybe like he's a Drake. Like Beyonce's iconic. Like people use her as a verb. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a Drake, like a Drake. I don't know, but you could be right, Risa. Oh, hell no. Y'all better stop that man dead in his tracks. Zap, good morning. Good morning to you. Shout out to Zap. Thank you for being here this morning. Good morning, Mama Chapman. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. Big dick is overrated. Don't get me wrong. Don't come with no Vienna sausage, but you get hit with that thing at the wrong angle. You out of commission. He called Meek a fed snitch. Right. He totally was like Meek. What up, Rico? Good morning to you. Shout out to Rico. I saw you on your 1-year anniversary in New York. Shout out. You did that shit despite all odds, nigga. You did that. Shout out to you, Rico. He did. And it's funny because I've always had this same opinion about Meek, that he's tough on the record, but he's different behind closed doors. Like, he be rapping one thing and then be trying to do another thing. Not saying he's not tough or he can't shoot nobody or whatever, they gangbang, but I just do feel like he tried to walk that thin line of being a Jay-Z and a hood nigga. And I think Kanye was his thing was, bruh, you ain't hard like that. And I was like, I mean, I didn't, on the Meek part, I wasn't like, oh, that's wrong. I was just like, well, now Meek, now you do find yourself in a lot of beef that is unrelated to you. If Kanye cannot utilize you or you're on his side pushing his narrative, he has no regard for you. He always done this. This is Kanye being Kanye. Wait till we get into what he said about Jason Lee. Baby, when I tell y'all Kanye read Jason Lee like somebody would read somebody in the beef sector, I said, damn, I had to play it again. He said, we're going to get into it, but he said, he had too much Balenciaga on. This nigga walking in here with all this Balenciaga on. He trying to outshine me. I said, whoa, baby. So we're going to get into that. That shit had me rolling. Unfortunately, the Jewish community has funded a lot of black music and entertainment. Who can dispute this? No, it's absolutely true. And when you add in Hollywood, all of the motion picture film studios that are of Jewish, background, I mean, that's almost media in itself. And we know the labels and the Hollywood studios are hand in hand. So you're a runner, track star. He needs to leave them girls alone. Call me Flojo. that whole George Bush doesn't like black people was for a shock factor. He was always out for a white male validation from start, and he loves the attention shock factor. I agree. I agree. For some reason, I do feel like he wants to be validated by white men, because throughout this interview, you know, the one male he used as a reference point, Jared fucking Kushner. And I kept saying, maybe we don't see what you see about Jared Kushner, but in our minds, he's just like his father, a fucking crook. So I'm trying to figure out why, but I guess they had sat down, had dinner, had conversations of substance that really stuck out to him. You know, I could go into this one story, but y'all wouldn't even understand it. He was talking about how Jared Kushner does backdoor deals with these businesses, and how Kanye wants to do a backdoor deal with the business, but doesn't want Jared Kushner in on the deal. And so he's like, how would you feel if I did a deal and you had to be in on it? And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with what we're talking about, Ye? But in his mind, all of these things are interconnected. Hey, just be cooling with the crew. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to Cooling with the Crew. Was fooled by him. No lie, I thought he was epic for saying George Bush don't care about black people. I feel like an ass now. I saw it on TV, and I think we all were like, whoa. Oh, that was during TRL, right? During the whole Hurricane Katrina. Baby, I remember that. And I was like, whoa. You can't listen to a person that will never be invited to the cookout. You ain't lying, bro, man. I'm surprised he ain't threatening to sue. That's what I said, because I would have sued for real, for real. Now you moving my money. What are we doing? In all honesty, Kanye needs to be medicated bipolar if is definitely not to be played with. And he is bipolar too. And he won't do anything about it. And the people around, you will see when he basically says, I'm my own manager. I run my own self. Nobody runs me. I'm like, all right, that bank is nutty because his money makes the money as long as it's in there. I'm sure this is going to be a post conversation after this. Like, so how did this fucking happen? We couldn't hold on to one account. We had to lose all the accounts. Once I started watching his interviews in high school, I soon found out he worshiped rich white men, and everything he did, he upheld them to the highest level, especially in fashion. That's true. And that's why when we talked about it on the last interview he was talking about how blacks never accepted him when he first came in. You know, he was always ostracized. He wasn't a part of the black community. And so it was really important for him to, I don't care, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't, you know. And so we see now, you know, his father grew up around a lot of, you know, white folks growing up. And so it sort of rubbed off on him. Not in a bad way. I mean, however it rubbed off on him, I can't complain about it. I can only say that he's too rich to not have learned other things growing this far. Like the whole George Floyd thing blew me. Don't you know there was like an actual breathing forensic I think it was psychologist there who verified and testified that this man had died because he had pressure on his neck. He talking about he died from fentanyl. Bitch, that family came out here like, okay, say one more thing. Watch we put the gas on this lawsuit. Rakim, LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Eminem are great to me as rappers. Look at there. Like, you put him above all of them. Child, is nobody going to call Ray J out for giving that voicemail to Candace Owens? He uninvited to the cookout to align him with that thing. See, you know what? I don't know. I think we need to keep him, though. I think we needed that voicemail to be given to Candace Owens, because we still got to work our angle on getting Kardashian. So we might need him to just play that role for a little bit, Joe. I think that was good. I thought it was dope. I said, listen to this shit here. What else we got? I know there's a part 2, something else coming. I'm sure it is. I'm 49 in age, so I understand your passion. I really don't know Wes, but I was duped by what I thought I was, a pro-black man. So he did that. He talked about JP. He talked about Meek Mill's a fake rapper. He talked about Virgil Abloh and how they're using his death now, and they're making him a martyr, sort of, you know, celebrating, building statues in all of their designer stores of him. And he's like, he still don't know how he died. They say it was cancer, but he think it's something else. I'm like, bro, why you keep coming out here attacking not just these people, but it's the families. These families are saying, hey, you are saying that he didn't die from this. So now what you want us to feel? How the fuck you? And you can't do that. This conspiracy theory should be just yours. You shouldn't be talking about Virgil Abloh died from other circumstances outside of cancer. How do you know that, Ye? I know you a billionaire, but nigga, you can still be sued. That's damaging. That's slander. And so to his estate, by the way. And so then he finally admitted You know, I love the Jews. I don't have a problem with Jewish people. In fact, I am a black Jew. We all are black Jews. But he said this is his Me Too moment for the Jewish community. That's going to be key. He said it's his Me Too moment with the Jewish. He's basically saying the Jews have controlled things for so long and the black voice without giving the black folks a voice at the table. And he said, time is up. I love y'all. I've supported y'all throughout all the years. I've given y'all my work. Now I want to sit at the table. It's a Me Too moment. And for one time in this interview, I understood what he was saying. I didn't agree with what he was saying, but I understood how he felt. It made sense to me, like, oh, this is why he's so bitter and angry. He feels less than to Jewish folks. And so in his mind, only because some of us are too, I'm not wealthy enough to understand what that looks like. Like, you're so wealthy and you still feel behind a group of folks in these different industries. What does that look like? Well, we see now through Kanye's eyes. So he basically put out an arm, we need to work together. Y'all can call me, pick up the phone and call me. We ain't got to fight. We can sit down. Let's work this out. What he wants to work out is beyond me. How you target a whole denomination of folks to say, let's work it out. Work what out? Work what out? And on behalf of who? You're not the voice of the black people to be sitting down at the table for no Jewish community. Now, granted, I get you feel like you touch everybody with your fashion and music. But, bro, you're not the person I want at the table for me with Jews or anybody else. I don't know what way. Maybe you can send them an email before the meeting, but nah, I don't. No. He talked about homeless people, how he wants to help homeless population, and then one of the hosts geared in and said, "Well, how does that work when you really don't? You a billionaire and you out here buying homes and stuff like that," which was a good point to make. They also talked about how he talks about, Black Lives Matter ain't shit because all the shootings in Chicago, they never really talk about it. But, they'll talk about one of the larger ones and blow that up. And one of the hosts got kicked back to him. I think it was Noriega, was like, well, what do? You don't post them. You don't put the pictures up on your page. You don't do none of that stuff. And he was like, in a way, he was like trying to say, like, it ain't my job to do that. What do you mean? What do you mean it's not? It's always your job. That's where you're from. It will always be your job. What do you mean? Like, you shift the blame when you want to, but on other stuff, you let it go. No. Not at all. Who the hell is Jared? Jared Kushner, Kanye West, Trump's son, talking about I was at a meeting with Jared Kushner. Then he says, Ivanka. I'm going to always say her name like that. And so Nori's like, oh, we know what that means. What, you done did something with her? No, I ain't do nothing. No, it ain't nothing like that. It's just, why the fuck you so cool with the Trumps and the Kushners and the Ivankas and shit? Well, what's going on? Yeah. I can't respect. Hey, good morning, Lamone. Good morning. I can't respect no one who has hate for their own people. Okay. The official King Payne. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you for dropping down. It was good to see you. Shout out to official King Payne. Thank you. It's crazy watching people destroy themselves when help is available, ain't it though? And then you're a billionaire. You can get help anytime. What do you mean? They will tell Kanye, we sign your paychecks. Go sit down. Really? Bump a seat at their table like the black kid at Charlie Brown's table. Bring your own table and eat alone if you have to. Nori just had apologized for Kanye remarks this morning on Breakfast Club. Baby, I know he had to. Oh, he had to because, yeah, he went there. But see, I'm glad that it was done on Revolt TV where they allowed it to go on YouTube. YouTube wasn't going to censor it like the networks would have. We got this, and we needed to hear some of this stuff. So now let's get to the George Floyd statement. He went on to make this statement about George Floyd and how he died. Now I'm going to play this clip from this interview again. I'm using the Copyright Fair Use Act. And if this video, I know it's not gonna get monetized, but I want y'all to hear it for yourself if you did not watch the whole 3-hour video, because it definitely was long. I sat right through it and I did. I definitely did.
Outrage. I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace always put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was, they want a tall guy like me. they want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who do you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
But I want to be careful with this subject because.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit.
Right.
I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
Baby. So in that nutshell, you got a glimpse of everything I just told you he was saying. And when I tell you that George Floyd comment, out of everything he said, it took off like flies on shit last night. I was like, whoa. So the first thing that we got was the George Floyd family is now reportedly mulling a lawsuit against Kanye West. And so their attorney came out yesterday at 4:07 p.m. saying that while one cannot defame the dead, the family of George Floyd is considering suit for Kanye's false statements about the manner of his death, claiming Floyd died from fentanyl, not the brutality established criminally and civilly undermines and diminishes the Floyd family's fight. Now, you have to remember, him going out here saying these kind of statements and putting this out there, it does diminish their credibility, and it also diminishes any additional fights moving forward. It adds more weight to it. If they're still suing or in court with folks or families or estates, they still have to deal with him adding this kind of information out there. Not to mention that George Floyd documentary. Now, I didn't get a chance to see it at all, but I've been hearing like tidbits of it. It sounds completely defamatory. It really does. They have testimony from folks who were in the jail cell with George Floyd prior to this. Y'all digging way back then to get testimony from folks who were sitting in the cell with George Floyd during the time of his incarceration. That doesn't tell nothing about what happened to him then and there. What the fuck? So I'm gonna watch it just for the purposes of critiquing it. But at the same time, having someone like Kanye West out here defaming and saying it, almost promoting it, yeah, they got a lawsuit. In my opinion, hell, motherfucking, and he's a billionaire. Why not? I'm sure their estate can withstand the cost at this point. If not, I'm sure they'll have help. You think they won't? I'm so sure they'll have help. So they're now mulling this lawsuit. They're talking about that that the lawsuit is consideration based on the disgraced artist's false statements about the manner of his death. He's saying, and what most people have been saying is that what Kanye West doesn't know is that Dr. Martin Tubin was an expert in the physiology of breathing. He testified during the Floyd trial that he died from a lack of oxygen due to the positioning of the victim's body, which brought about the actions of former police officer Derek Chauvin. 12 individuals found him guilty of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Now, where Kanye is getting his position about fentanyl is completely out of here. So I'm going to stay tuned to that. Now, let's get into what actually happened after this. So that was up to 4:07 p.m. Now we got the rest of the night going on. So Armon creeps into the picture. Armon. So the interview is going on, right? Then there's this part about Kanye talking about Jason Lee. Now, I hadn't watched it, but I have Armon tweets and a few other folks on my get all tweets. So it comes in the form of like a text message on my phone. So I see him posting stuff like, about to watch the interview. Oh, this, then I see him post. This is the part about Kanye saying he's getting rid of Jason Lee. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking like, oh, he's just commentary. He's doing his job. He's just posting stuff. And so I'm like, okay. And then finally, when I started putting two and two together, I'm like, oh shit, that's what's going on. So this is what, so we're going to go right into the Armon and Jason Lee beef of this portion now. And before I do that, y'all, can y'all just go ahead and like that? Yes, he really giving this doc free promo. Ain't he though? Noriega let that man speak for too long as he brought up George. They should have switched the flow of conversation. And most folks felt like, don't air it. Why would you air that part? Like some folks didn't air their entire interview. They withheld some stuff. That's why Kanye made it a point, says, how much of this you really gonna be able to use? How much are you gonna be able to use? Because Kanye already knows what he's saying is off the wall. George Floyd family needs to sue Kanye just like them Sandy Hook families did. That clown for defamation. Baby, I'm telling you, you got to be careful. That man is on for Sandy Hook. That man is on the line for $1 billion something dollars. That's fucking bananas. You might as well just go collect unemployment and sit on your ass for the rest of your life, bro. Because you're not going to be able to come up off of that. Are you kidding me? I don't care how much money Oprah or Kanye West has. Someone signs their checks as well. Absolutely. Yeah, he's gone off his rocker. George Floyd family should sue his ass. No more billionaire status for him. Period. JP Morgan been around for a few hundred years. Yeah, they go way back. I'll bankrupt his ass. Teach him a lesson. Virgil family is so over Kanye West. And all of Virgil's associates are coming out like, dog, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about him. When he was here, you wasn't going hard for him like this. Now all of a sudden, you got stuff to say. Because when he was here, you remember at the end of it, their relationship, they were competing. There was a little bit of shade towards each other. And then Kanye got mad because he got Drake green, I think it was a green Protect Virgil custom-made watch. And Kanye wants his green custom-made watch. And so it was like a little shade. I gave you the job at Louis Vuitton. I'm put you on and you can't even help me out. And so now it's all of a sudden you going up for him. What are we doing here? I'm not giving her one view. I'll never watch that shit because I know it's all about making Floyd out to be in the wrong. I'm gonna have to watch it on Twitter somewhere. It ain't gonna be where it's gonna be substantial, where she can get an ad off of it. You right. Yes, please hit that like, y'all. I don't like Armon or Pissy Lee, but if I had to give up a vote, Cleo Wiggins would get it hands down. Pissy is drier than sun-dried Texas toast, and that's why Pissy really mad. Oh, we're gonna get into it. That man needs to pay the Sandy Hook family's an idiot for saying that ish. All right, now let's get into this Armon stuff. So yesterday I saw this. This was the tweet that I saw that Armon posted up. I'm like, wait, what? Y'all shade each other now? It had been in the works for a while, so I'm not even gonna act like it wasn't nothing. But so Armon goes and posts this tweet on his page yesterday at 4:04 p.m. Kanye West reveals why Jason Lee is no longer head of media. Now, some folks, got under this tweet and was like, oh, this is shady. Why are you putting this out? This is a sub. Why out of all the parts of this interview putting it out? And to me, I didn't feel like that at all. I felt like he's a YouTuber, talk about other YouTubers, specifically Jason Lee. And Kanye, he's been relatively, familiar with Kanye. And these are two people that he talks about. And so why not cut a clip? I would have done the same fucking thing. But see, I didn't know they were subtweeting each other. Another thing, Nicki Minaj and Lotto. That's why I said this is the same fucking shit. Same way I felt about the Nicki Minaj and Lotto shit, where it shifted from it was your fault to then it was your fault. And now we're here. I feel the same way about this. So we about to break this shit down. Okay. So he first goes out and he puts out this little, tweet basically saying that Kanye West reveals why Jason Lee is no longer head of media. Now I'm gonna play this clip for you because Kanye West basically goes the fuck off. And I said, okay, let's hear this.
Because is this true that Jason Media was running Ye Media and now he's not? Is that true?
Yeah, he's not running it. He not running it. I just felt like people just walking in with too much Balenciaga. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like they just out here like flexing, you know what I'm saying? They just flexing like, you know what I mean? And I don't like somebody saying, well, I'm gonna be the voice of Ye Ye the only voice of Ye. Ye the only manager of Ye. I look at every single bill I pay. I only pay bills on a Friday, and I look at everyone one by one by one by one. Like, I was thinking getting to be a billionaire would take me out of having to do work. Now, one of my biggest jobs is keeping my money because there's a lot of people that's on a full-time job to take my money.
Right.
And I've literally lost hundreds of millions of dollars by not looking close enough. So it reminded me of that.
Shade. So let's read between the lines here. Ye basically saying Jason Lee stepped on the scene, came through like he was that shit, that nigga. They probably had some mutual understanding at first. You know, I'm gonna help promote some of your stuff on my page, my YouTube page, talk about it, commentate it. But we all have seen this. Even me. Lee kind of stepped up and out of that role into more of a I am managing all of his social media. Remember when I came out here like, hold the fuck up. You got Jason Lee out here managing your social media. What credentials does this nigga have besides, what did I say, being friends with who? None other than, what's the boxer's name? Floyd Mayweather. Other than that connection, what connection does Jason Lee have or credentials he has to run all of your social media, all of your sort of digital social presence? That didn't even sound right to me. And so Ye is like, you know, he stepped in and he got all of he flashing and shit. And typically when you coming in to help a bigger person, you're a little subdued and hungry. Jason didn't appear hungry at all. He came off like, this is my shit. I'll come in and do it. And we watched him even say it like, you know, I am now the voice of Ye Media. I'm speaking on his behalf. What? You speaking on his behalf? Okay. And Ye basically was like, in a nutshell, you know, my biggest job now is to focus on my money. I'm a billionaire. You know, I pay my bills every Friday. I see all of my bills and line items. I'm the one paying the bills. And I know that there are people whose full-time job is to come and take my money. Who you think he was talking about? Where do you think that stuff was thrown at? Jason, I absolutely 100%. Sometimes, you know, who knows what he was invoicing him and billing him for his services and what services that was. And Ye's like, no, nigga, I don't know what you flashy and shit, you know, but this is my shit. I'm the only voice of me. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Now, what I really do think is the fact that he had Jason Lee had some strong opinions about what was been going on with Ye over these past few weeks, even a couple of months. And so I think that also caused some friction in the relationship. He didn't come out here and speak to what he was doing. He didn't try to add some weight around it. Like, yo, you know, he's stressing out. He did none of that. As someone who is running someone's social media, it's your job to make sure it's presented well. I didn't see him do any of that. In fact, he did the opposite. So that was funny, right? So Jason Lee, he put that out. Then Armon continues to tweet like, because I'm not with that shit. So he goes on and tweet this. I'm done. I've sat back for months and let you think you can manipulate, control, punk, and gatekeep me. I'm not the one, and I don't give a fuck about your Hollywood connections or friends. You've been subbing and dissing me. So here is your baby. Do we have a problem? Now, people kept saying, like, okay, what's going on? Who are you talking about? Because folks were saying, like, you ain't giving that same smoke you gave to Lotto, which we'll talk about. But you're now here sitting here subtweeting Jason Lee. Who are you talking about? So he started putting a name on it. So then he goes one step further and he goes, and for those confused, Jason was subbing all through this video and I let it ride. Okay. On top of months and months of trying me. Now you mad because I posted Kanye. Maybe it would have been okay if I would have posted that bogus page 6 article you had written. So then here my nosy ass go, what did he say about him in the video? So I went to the video. So we about to see what he said about him in this video. So check this out. And again, of course, everything is for fair use, criticism, copyright, and commentating. And where does this start at? This starts at...
We're going to go ahead and get started because this is a long show and I have a mistake out to all of
that needs to be girl.
And
girl.
It's funny how people who hate...
Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. It's 12:22. That's the timestamp. This is the first official him subbing. Hold
homosexual ass, young, disrespect.
Stop, please. All right. All right. Now, this is the video where Armon says he has first started subbing. Jason Lee was first starting to sub him and he posted it on his Twitter. So get into this. Now, do I think he's subbing him? Shit, y'all tell me.
We are not the same. It's a lot of replicas, Jason Lee replicas online. Ain't it funny how people who hate Nikki turn into Nikki? Like the people who hate Nikki outside the game in my lane become Nikki. Because them bitches is mad that it's somebody actually at the top. To the point to where they so jealous of me, they subtweet. But let me tell you, young, disrespectful ass nobody something. Unless you put an ad on it, bitch, it don't belong to me. And if you want to keep playing, you better get all your ducks in a row, because you better ask Taquan Jones, a.k.a. Mother on Bigo, bitch, when you play with the big dog, King Kong come and eat you right the fuck up. Eat you right the fuck up. I'm going to talk to you about Taquan Jones, too, and that motherfucker sniffing around young 13-year-old asses. Yeah, that's going to be talked about on the show tonight, too, bitch. Stop shaking your head, Ariel. I got a show to do, and I gives no fucks. How the fuck I get sued because a nigga was trying to fuck a kid and I stuck up for him and told them to kick him off a platform, and then you sued me talking about I want to be you. Bitch, I don't want to be you, bitch. Uber and 14 and 15-year-olds trying to get young pussy, you trifling ass, dirty ass, Detroit ass, homosexual ass nigga. Anyway, should we go ahead and get on with the show?
Yeah. No, that was definitely shade. And that first part of it, you know, these younger folks wanting to be now, some folks wouldn't have took it. I definitely read between the lines. Now that it comes to the forefront, I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely throwing some shade at Armon Wiggins. And at this point, that was done 3 weeks ago to today. So that was back in September. Pretty much people had the idea, because mind you, 4 or 5 weeks ago before that, Armon was on his show, Jason Lee's show, co-hosting it with him. And so then you got this video 3 weeks ago of him throwing a little bit of shade. It was like, oh, okay, we see. And I guess Armon had been seeing it too. So he started his tweets. He started, you know, he felt like after he dropped that tweet about Ye saying about Jason Lee, like, oh, now you throwing shade. Now you mad at me. So I'm going to find out, where is Jason Lee throwing shade back at Armon? What is he talking about? Like, dude, what are you talking about? So Armon, because we all were sitting there thinking like, so what are you talking about? So Armon then goes and drops the video of him actually shading him. Now this video is no longer on what's the name's page, Jason Lee's page. For some reason it's no longer there, but here's the video of him actually shading Armon Wiggins verbatim out his mouth. And Armon tweeted this yesterday at 9:46 p.m. Like, no, bitch, don't try to take the video down now or some shit. No, nigga, let everybody see it. And so this is the video.
Conversation with me that I even give you. And a lot of you other aspiring journalists and aspiring bloggers and YouTubers that I let sit at my table, you can't sit at my table no more. You bitches can starve. You're back on AFDC or FDC or EBT or whatever the fuck they give you, broke niggas. You're back on that shit with me. I'm not letting you eat at my tables no more. Why? Because if you look at your Instagram, I and all of my support and all of my shit is on your shit. And you've eaten at my table and you used all my relationships and access to look like you popping, but you ain't nothing but a broke ass, troglodyte ass bitch. And you're doing nothing but talking about me. Now, I'm not going to at you because you know who you are. You're sitting there in your Hanes or Fruit of the Loom underwear or your holy pink panties going, oh my God, he's talking about me. Yes, I'm talking about you. So go find a way to subliminally tweet me, because I'm giving you a subliminal to your subliminal. But my subliminal matters more because, bitch, when you go back to being that dry or that potato salad with the raisins in it, bitch, Everybody's going to see it for what it is. I now am still a champion for Black media and will still be a champion for Black media, but I'm keeping y'all at a distance because at this point, there's a lot of you that I don't trust. There's just a lot of you that I don't trust. I'm seeing how y'all moving. I'm seeing what you're doing. I see how y'all all tried to play with me. One motherfucker said, oh, they was going to read me. You were never going to read me. You could never read me. You wouldn't read me in person because when you're in person, you sucking my dick. Honor. Oh, my God, you're Jason. You're the GOAT. You're this.
Jason Lee literally is the GOAT.
My God, you're Jason. You're the GOAT. You're this. I know what the fuck I am. I know I'm the GOAT. I know that. I know that. And I know you know that. And I know your followers know that. And I know your fans of your fan, whatever you got any, they know that. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do by starting tonight talking and reading my shit. All right. 4,000 people in here. Oh, I just went on another channel. Somebody else having a show on my night tonight to try to prove something, bitch, and I'm hitting 4,000 too. We going to go to 5,000? Fuck you knockoff niggas. Y'all better stop playing before I show you some abracadabra, bitch. Karen Civil ain't got nothing on me.
Baby. I said, oh, they was really about that smoke. Now, what I did want to do was I was like, so what tweet is he talking about Armon subtweeting him? So here are two tweets that I saw that most folks were saying that Armon was subtweeting to Jason Lee that caused Jason Lee to then respond this way. Now, that video that I just played was uploaded to YouTube from somebody else who basically retitled it, Jason Lee is dragging Armon Wiggins and Black celebrities and stuff like that. What video it came from, I don't know. That's why I said I don't see it on the channel because in the 2 hours I was prepping, I'm speeding through videos like, oh. So that was that. And I said, oh yeah, he's shaded strong. Now, here are the two tweets that they were saying that Armon was subtweeting to Jason Lee. Here's one that says, after all of that surgery, you are still fat. Now, that was on October 15th at 10:43 a.m. That was this past Saturday at 10:43 a.m. Now, when I got it to my phone, I thought he was talking about either Nicki or Cardi. And I'm thinking like, damn, you using Nicki lyrics to talk about Cardi? Or wait, after all of that surgery, you are still fat. No, he was talking about Armon. And you remember in the video, if you don't, let me show you this part where Armon says, let me show you exactly what he was saying that too. Watch this part of this video.
Bitch, I don't want to be you, bitch. We moisturizer. I am moisturizing my tonight's show. Is
come on, girl.
The opinion of Jason Lee. But tonight they do. Yeah. That's what kind of show this is. That's what kind of show this is. Because you know what? Everybody expects when you're elevating that you become a pussy. And a pussy don't do nothing. Well, it does bleed once a month, but it gets fucked. And you ain't fucking me. So I'm letting y'all know, yes, the glow up is real. Yes, I lost all the weight. Yes, my fashion is cute. Yes, my money's good. My dogs are rich. One of them got diarrhea though.
So you can see him saying, yes, I glue up. Yes, blah, 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 blah. And then so it makes sense when you see this tweet. After all of that surgery, you are still fat. And I put it under, and you can see a comment from one of his subscribers saying, LOL, this is clearly a Jason Lee sub sandwich, but it can apply to many. And I was like that with her too. I'm like, girl, I didn't know either. Mind you, again, here we go with the subbing. Same with Nicki and Lotto. I'm like, damn, bitch, I didn't know y'all was talking about each other, but that's what this was for. So now this had been brewing. About. Here's another subtweet. So the only Jason Lee, what's T do we have? So this is the tweet where he calls him out on his Instagram. What's T? Do we have a problem? Here is your @ for you been subbing me for. I've been very quiet and you've been trying me. So what's up? And we haven't heard nothing from nobody. Now, in terms of the fans, many of Armon's fans and some barbs are saying to him, pick a side. Like, bro, how you gonna first of all be out here subbing Jason Lee and Jason Lee subbing you, but you was just on Lotto's neck telling her she shouldn't be subbing Nicki. She should be taking this as a benefit. She should be calling her out. She should be coming to her praise. because she's the bigger person. But in your situation, you are subbing. People were trying to compare it, and I'll show you that later because it ain't me. This is from the streets. So he goes out and tweets, "It's y'all telling me to pick a side. I'm Team Armon. The fuck? My job is not to pick sides to appease you." And I'm like, I get it. That makes sense. You know, stay out of it. And again, I'm not thinking this is about the beef that he got with Jason Lee and his people telling him, "No, dog, what you doing?" I'm thinking it's literally about Nicki and Cardi. Like how you at Cardi B's party, but then you, Nicki, you know, what are you doing? That's what I thought it was. But no, in reality, they're saying like, bro, you got to pick a side. How you going to be calling somebody out for subtweeting, but you ain't say shit? You said the opposite to Lotto. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's a fair fucking statement to make. So people have been saying, pick a side, Armon. You need to pick a side. You need to pick a side. And so he went and also posted, let me see. Do I have it here? So he posted this. I don't have the video. Do I have the video? Hold on, y'all. So on his page, he posted this video of Jason. Well, it was this video of why Jason Lee truly can't stand. Well, on his Instagram, if you go to his Instagram, Armon Wiggins, it's about 6 or 7 posts of the reason why Jason Lee can't stand him. And of those posts are picture of him and Kanye West. You don't like that. Nicki Minaj posted him twice, and Cardi B posted him. He posted that. You don't like that. I think he posted also something about his views. You don't like that. And so many people are speculating, like, what's driving y'all beef? So here are some of the reasons why folks are saying they are beefing right now. Reason number one, I think this beef started back when that stuff happened with Jason, so-called close friend Tiffany Haddish. Armon gave his thoughts on the situation, and it rubbed Jason Lee the wrong way. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. And I think that's true, too. I think there's some weight to that. I remember when that all went down and Jason Lee came out here in complete support of Tiffany Haddish, and we all were sitting here looking like, what? So I could see how that could rub him the wrong way, but how you gonna be mad, Jason Lee, when you did the same thing to Kanye West? You ain't come out here to Kanye West defense like you did for Tiffany Haddish. You went the complete opposite. You went into what you believed in. So if Armon and everybody else don't believe some shit that you're saying and commentating on, what the fuck is the problem? So get over it. So if that's it, it's definitely Jason Lee's fault. Here's another reason. Nothing wrong with you calling him out, Armon, in quotes. Stand your ground, but you can see why a lot of us were upset and disappointed when you went so hard on Lotto, knowing darn well Nicki been subbing Lotto because you pointed those subs out weeks ago too. And again, people are saying like, how you getting mad when you doing the same thing that you calling folks out for? Like, pick a side, bro. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, that's true. You're going to have to pick a side, stand on something. Here's the third reason. Now you really have lost credibility. Damn hypocrite. Even though you was loud and wrong about Lotto when Nicki also said she recorded it, you was heated and said you would never. But here we are, and you are subbing, basically saying you said you would never do some of the same shit you're doing. And I think that's why he started coming out saying, I'm calling Jason Lee out. I'm fucking tired of it. I've been chilling. Yeah, you've been subtweeting. Clearly, we see now that you have been subtweeting. But I've been chilling. I ain't been really saying nothing. I heard you sneak dissing on your videos as I've showed you all. But now I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna put an ad on it. And I think what tipped it was that Lotto and Nicki beef and calling her out and calling that beef out. It tipped it to, well, what you doing here? Well, what's going on with you and Jason Lee? Are you gonna call that shit out? And it tipped that point for him to have to say something. Fourth reason is the article about the rap girls beefing not being good for hip hop, which is true. It's not good at all. But Armon posting the Kanye snippet is just him reporting on current events. I think that they should have a chat on the phone because this is not it. And that's something I did agree with. That, you know, if in fact it was Jason Lee was mad that he posted that little clip it, then Jason, you could have reached out to him and said, yo, bro, what's going on? Like, are we still cool? But no, this is all about making a big splash, and it's making a splash. Shit, I'm here talking about it. Here's a fifth reason. Jason mad because Armon. Now, this is the reason this is the reason I believe the most. This is the reason I believe the most. Jason mad because Armon be getting the attention from these celebrities. Shit, Nicki post Armon twice, and Jason tried to get in beef between Nicki and Cardi, Nicki and Lotto, and guess what? No one pays attention. Armon is the voice all these rap girls are listening to. Facts. And I said that has some weight to it. See, I think that it's larger than just him being mad about Ye posting something. Because, you know, okay, Ye said it. He didn't say it. Shit, anybody could have posted it. I think it has to do more so with the fact that Armon is gaining ground and weight with some celebrities that he talks about. And Jason Lee feels like, well, damn, nigga, I put you on. Clearly, as we can see, him talking about, you know, you around me, I put you on, you know, him and Kanye West, mad about that. And then Ye and Armon takes a picture. I could see how all these things have compiled to making him feel like, well, damn, you, what side you on? Whose side you on? You know, and he's the newbie. Armon, you know, sort of is the newbie in terms of his level, you know, allegedly, because that can still be talked about. And you got him entering his space and really doing a good job of really having these conversations with celebrities, giving his commentary. And Jason Lee is sitting here looking at watching him side by side, comparing numbers. Once you start comparing your numbers to someone, you know you feel threatened. You start comparing your numbers, that's a whole form sign of weakness. So I do feel like Jason Lee is mad that the weight and his attention is shifted. You know, Armon got it. He tried to insert himself in a lot of beefs, the Nicki and Cardi beef, the Glorilla beef, the Nicki and Lotto beef. You can see him giving his opinion, but no one really gives a fuck. And I know I didn't give a fuck. I just did it because your opinion on everything else still bothers me. So why the fuck would I care about what you're saying about Nicki? We know you don't like Nicki, so any opinion you give on Nicki is going to be biased. At least we know when Armon is talking about Nicki or Cardi, it's going to be less unbiased and it's going to be a real shit. So I don't understand. I didn't understand that, but I really believe this one to be the most, carry the most weight. Armon is, you know, sort of right now the voice some of these rap girls are listening to when it comes to the gossip. And then this last reason I saw was outside of this stand shit, and I don't really agree with half the stuff Armon says, but Jason Lee has always threw shade and bullied a lot of the new LGBTQ YouTubers. And I'm happy Armon is speaking up. He definitely has my respect now. And that's what's going to happen. Sometimes the byproduct of the beef between two people causes one person to get more respect than the other. And Jason, you got to be careful running up against new folks, and you don't really have, you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Your credibility ain't all of that. You're gonna run up against someone while you sitting here saying you got all of these resources behind you. Yeah, you're gonna run up against the wrong one. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this beef plays out. If Armon's gonna come out and with receipts on Jason Lee, if Jason Lee gonna come out with receipts on Armon, if they gonna squash it behind the scenes, or if it's just a PR stunt, they cool, they just really just doing this for us. It'll be really interesting. What I think, I do think it's a beef. I do think that one person is jealous of the other. I definitely think it's jealousy. And it'll be interesting how they play this shit out. I tell you one thing, Jason Lee got to be careful. He fucking, that's a double entendre. He got Ye, he got, you know, sort of the black media celebrities. You got to be careful. You don't want to be blackballed yourself, bro. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh, wow. Oh, am I missing my pink? Wow. Why does Pissy act like he don't sit on Bigo asking for starships and spaceships? I need to start watching more content creators. I'm just on all the tea. My missing pink panties, and I thought I done posted them. Jason better serve his goat over rice. The fuck he talking about? That was directed completely. Armon needs to go live and drag his. Oh, Armon said last night he'll be live today to talk about it. So I'm gonna be right in the chat. I'm gonna be watching. And then maybe I might come live and talk about what he, you know, what's going on. I don't watch, but I tune the hell in, right? I'll be laughing at them dragging each other. I really want to see a drag. I do. Ugh. Damn, if the sub ain't coming with cold cuts and a cold drink, leave me out of it. I'll wait to get the tea from the streets. Okay. Please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button, y'all. Tiffany was walking with fried chicken in her purse on red carpets. Where was he? Are they really? They should come on the Armon Wiggins show. Really, they should. Maybe Jason is jealous. I think when you get down to the crux of this situation, it's jealousy. I think so too. Yep. I hope Nicki sues the dog shit and Mayweather financial backing out of his ass. That'll be interesting to see if Jason Lee gets sued by her, because she said she was collecting receipts on him, but we haven't seen really too much of anything else. But that'll be interesting. That's why I say he got to be careful. He got a lot of people that's gunning for him. And if he was trying to take the whole Wendy Williams route where you just I think it was windy because she grew from a time and period where it worked for her. For him, I think it's enough motherfuckers that be like, ugh, you know, you can't shit on everybody and think people still gonna respect you, you know? So it'd be interesting. At this point, you know, I ain't team nothing. I'm team watching, and I want to see how this plays out so we can come back and have a fair side of this. Okay, a whole complete fair side of this. And again, thank you all for being here. He is a mark man. Yes, he is. If he don't know anything, he's a mark man. Yeah, so thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so much. That's what sort of brewed this weekend. I'm definitely gonna be live Wednesday with Hot Topics in the morning, and then we're gonna be unboxing in the morning. We're gonna unbox some few things, and then I'm gonna come back at night. We're gonna have a little birthday little party or whatever celebration, and I'm gonna unbox the rest of the stuff. If y'all can see, it's mad stuff in here. And it's a big old box over here. And then I got to go pick up a couple more packages. I got an alert. So we're going to do all of that on Wednesday. So come back through. I appreciate it. I appreciate it much. And I don't know if I'm going to be live Friday because I'm going to be going out of town for the weekend. So I don't know if I'll be live Friday, but I'll definitely be live Wednesday. I might come live Thursday if I go out of town. Update with some local news and stuff. But thank you all for being here this morning. Jason cannot duplicate anything Wendy did. Wendy was a talent. Let's start there. Somebody don't like Jason. Somebody don't like Jason at all. At all. You don't like Jason. You don't fuck with Jason. You know, I just don't like the way he moves. That's the whole thing about Jason for me. I feel like he's just, you can see his cards. He doesn't do a good job of masking his plays. Like, bro, I see how you moving. Everybody can see how you moving, you know? So that's why I'm shocked Floyd don't see how he's moving. Floyd even be with them. Also, you ditching for the weekend. Yes. Yeah, I'm about to step out for the weekend, just for the weekend. Yes, y'all, step out for the weekend. I'm off this week, so I'm gonna be around. So I'll be around if I feel inclined to come live again. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I hope y'all hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. This was another quick news update, news report on what I saw going on. I can't wait for them to come live. I don't know if Jason's going to be live first. I don't know if Armon's going to be live first. I'm going to share it on my community wall. I hope the Wiley show goes live so I can hear his commentary on what's going on, what he saw. I saw him give a commentary last night. And he was, you know, as of his commentary yesterday, he's definitely Team Armon. He definitely had some words for Jason Lee. So go check out Armon's, Wiley Show, the Wiley Show video. I'll definitely share it on my community wall. But everybody this will be very interesting to see, and I'm here for it. Okay. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, turn on your notifications. You will enjoy it here. We are just so chill. And we talk about everything. You may catch local news, hot topics, beef sector, personal life values, anything. You guaranteed to catch it here on the channel. So I thank you for being here with me. And without further ado, you all, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later. Deuces. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Ramen News, coming just for you. King Ramen News, coming just for you. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Ramen News, King Ramen News. Let's go, let's go.